Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Grop. This is Grop Life. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new CEO of Harley-Davidson, why I still have not gotten a bike to replace the one that I crashed back in September, and some of the issues and things I've uncovered with dealerships over the course of the last few months while I've been shopping for a bike. So let's hop into it. First up, we've got the long-awaited news that Harley-Davidson has finally selected a new CEO to replace Johann Zeist after he announced that he will be stepping away from the company earlier this year. Harley-Davidson will have Artie Starrs as their new CEO starting October 1st. At this point, we still don't know a lot about Artie Starrs. We do know that he has been the CEO of Topgolf, and before that, he was the CEO of Pizza Hut. So he knows a lot about pizza. Pizza ovens at all the dealerships, actually I wouldn't mind going to the dealership and getting a free slice of pizza. That's a good idea. Or heck, eating pizza at the dealership. The dealership and pizza sounds like man, I need to get some pizza. As of right now, like I said, we don't know much about Artie. Hopefully he'll bring the company into a little bit better shape, get sales up, and maybe bring in some younger riders, find a way to connect with the audience that's there and bring in new people. From the short interviews that I was able to find with him last night while trying to look up information on Artie, he seems very customer minded as well as very employee minded, wanting to listen to his employees and listen to his customers to give them what they want out of the brand. So hopefully we've got a good new CEO coming in. Let me know what your thoughts are on Artie Starrs down in the comments below. Second, what's going on with these dealerships and HD1 marketplace online? I've been trying for the last 3 months to purchase a used Harley-Davidson because after my accident, I kind of decided that I'd rather save some money and buy a decent shape used bike instead of spend an extra $7,000 to $10,000 on a brand new Harley. It just kind of makes a little bit more financial sense to me. And plus, I think that if I get a cheaper used bike, I can spend more money modifying it and making videos for the channel and doing other things rather than just having a large bike payment. Because yes, I do have to finance my bikes. That's just part of it. I've been shopping online mainly because the dealership closest to me has only gotten a handful of used bikes in, and there were just different things and it didn't work out for getting one of those. It's nothing with that dealership. I still love Tim's, but just haven't had the right bike for me yet. And I don't want to pay full price for a new bike, and I'd rather get a used bike because my first experience buying a Harley-Davidson was using the HD1 marketplace, where I purchased my 2019 Road King from Independence Harley-Davidson up in Charlotte, North Carolina. And that was one of the smoothest transactions and purchases of a vehicle I've ever had. Because I simply called, asked if the Road King was there because I saw it online. They said, yep, we have it. The fit specialist immediately sent me a video of the bike outside in the sunlight. He emailed me over a full list of the fees and the price of everything right there in my email within 5 minutes of me calling the dealership. I, of course, bought that bike, and they even brought it directly to my doorstep for no extra charge. So it was a great experience, and that was my first experience with HD1 Marketplace. Over the last few years, it seems things have changed a little bit. Independence Harley also hasn't had a used bike that I've seen in my price range. Because like I said, I'm trying to get a cheaper Road Glide. My original plan was to get the cheapest Road Glide on Marketplace and then show that Harley-Davidson used bikes are worth it and you can still build a used bike. You don't have to get one brand new off the showroom floor to be able to build it. Because my Road King had 23 or 24,000 miles on it when I got it, and I put another 19,500 miles on it before I traded it in. One of the biggest issues that I've been having with the HD1 marketplace is calling dealerships to verify if the bike is there. And of course, every dealership answers and I say, hey, I just want to know if you have a used bike and what the price is on it, or can you verify that you have it? Generally, I was verifying that they had it because the price was already listed online. First thing that dealers would ask is, well, when can you come in to see it? And then they would get real hesitant once I would tell them that I was hundreds of miles or thousands of miles away and I was wanting to fly in to buy the bike and ride it back. Because I was also thinking, hey, it'd be kind of cool to fly like to the middle of the country, because one dealership that I really wanted to get a bike from was in Texas. And that one just didn't work out because it took them from Friday until Wednesday to give me the price on the bike, even though I talked to the dealership almost every single day in between there in some capacity. And by the time they actually gave me the price on the bike I was looking for, it was already sold. Stuff like that. A lot of the dealers don't have the bikes that they have listed on HD1. In fact, one dealership up in the Northeast still has a bike listed that when I called them 2 months ago, they told me they had sold it a month prior. And at that time, they had 4 bikes listed. None of them were at the dealership. 2 weeks later, I received a phone call from that dealership's sales manager, I believe is who it was. And the phone call was basically, hey, didn't you call about this bike? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, oh, I just wanted to let you know we sold it already. And then just paused. Let it just kind of linger there for a little while. And I'm like, yeah, man, y'all said it was sold when I called about it. Why are you calling me now? Oh, I just wanted to make sure you knew it was sold, and if you need anything else, just let us know. And then hung up. And that was the strangest call, because like, I didn't get it. And on the topic of the missing bikes, when I would ask the dealerships, like, why is it still listed if it's been sold for months? And the most common answer I would get was that they didn't have any control over their website, that somebody else outside of the dealership handled it, and they didn't have full control to take inventory on and off of the website. And I heard this from multiple dealerships across the country, that they just don't have access to their website inventory. That sounds kind of strange to me. There seems to be some sort of disconnect with Harley-Davidson between their dealership side and their online side. Like, they don't actually talk to each other to know when the bikes are sold or when bikes are there to be listed. Or some dealerships just don't know how to do it. The next thing that I ran into was multiple dealerships that had 2024 Road Glides listed for $20,000 or $21,000. And when I would call them, they would have the bike, but I could only purchase the bike if I financed it for 36 months and put 30% down. And if I couldn't do that, then I couldn't get the bike. So I couldn't finance it for a longer term, or I couldn't bring in my own financing, because in order to get that price, which they're advertising as the sales price, I have to get their special loan, even though it's not mentioned anywhere on their ad, which I'm not sure that's legal. If you know if that's legal or not, let me know down below, because that seems kind of like bait and switch on these bikes not being there and then misleading prices with some of the bikes that are there. Now, my final pricing issue was when I went to an actual dealership to look at some new leftover 2024 Road Glides. The dealership that I went to was about an hour and a half away from me. I'm not gonna name names, but wow. I walked in and they had price tags hanging on the 2024 Road Glides saying that the MSRP on them was over $33,000 for a Whiskey Fire over Chrome and an Alpine Green over Chrome 2024 Road Glide. And then when I brought up to them that that's not what the MSRP on those bikes is, because it was clearly a $26,000 MSRP. I think it's $26,500 roughly for the MSRP on that bike, when they had it listed at 33, but then they said the sales price was 26. So very misleading. Some dealerships out there are being sneaky. There are still a lot of good ones. I kind of just have dealer fatigue at this point. Also, I keep seeing the prices on the used 2024s go down, and I've gone this long, so we're getting close to the end of the riding season in about a month. Prices are probably gonna go down again. I'm trying to get a cheap bike, okay? If you work at a dealership and you're watching this and you have a used 2024 Road Glide and want to make a good deal on it, hit me up, let me know, because I'm ready to fly somewhere, buy a bike, make a video about it, and make a video about the adventure, riding it back from wherever I find it back home, and starting a new journey with a new bike, get this channel going again, and get back on the road finally, because it's killing me not having a bike. With that being said, let me know what your dealership experiences have been down in the comments. If you've enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, give it a like, and also hit the notification button so you get future videos from me when I release them. And thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.